All right, for Module 0, Day 5, we're going to talk about angles. And I want to start off reminding you guys of something from Day 4. On Day 4, we learned about something called a ray, and we said it's basically like half a line. On one end, it goes forever with the arrow, but on the other end, it hits a point and stops. Now, the reason that's important for us, we're actually going to use that to define what an angle is. So here's what an angle is. An angle is having two rays, any two rays, that start at the exact same point. And I'm going to give you another vocab word here. The place where those two rays start, the point, is called the vertex. So here's a picture, nice color-coded one. We have ray 1, which is the blue one, and you can see it's exactly what we talked about on Day 4. On one end, it has the arrow showing that it keeps going forever, but on the other end, it stops right at that point. And then in red, you have a different ray, ray 2. Same thing. On one end, it's got the arrow, it's going forever, but on the other end, it's stopping. Now, because those rays both stop at the exact same point, the purple point called the vertex, that's an angle. So that's what an angle is. It's two half lines that both start in the same spot and then go in different directions off somewhere, anywhere. So what I want to focus on really for the notes today, that's the definition, that's what an angle is. What I want to really focus on is our notation, how we name angles. And I'm going to start off by saying you can name an angle after its vertex as long as that's the only possible angle you could be talking about in the problem. And let me show you what I mean by that. So here's an example. I'm going to draw an angle. And I'm going to say that this point right here is point A. Then I could call that angle A, and I would be done. Because if you're looking at the question, there's only one thing I could be talking about. However, in this picture right here, let's say we have these two lines crossing. And let's say this point in the middle is called A. See, I can't just say angle A there because you don't know which one I'm talking about. I could be talking about the one on top, or the one on bottom, or the one on the right, or the one on the left. You know, there's 4 different angles, and any single one of them could be called angle A. So you wouldn't know which one I was talking about. So in that case, we need to be more specific. So it's actually better, whenever possible, to use 3 points to name an angle. And you want to put them in order, don't just throw them out there. You want to pick a point from one of the rays, a point anywhere on one of the rays, then the vertex, then a point from the other ray. So let me add to that picture I just showed you. Remember, we had that picture that looked like this, and we had point A right here in the middle. I'm going to add to it. I'm going to say this is point B, this is point C, this is point D, and this is point E. So now, let's say the angle that I meant to be talking about the whole time was this one over here on the right side, the one I just highlighted in red. Now remember, I can't just say angle A. You wouldn't have known I was talking about that angle. But what I can do is I can use 3 letters now. I can say, well, we have point B here. That's on one of the rays. We have the vertex, A. And then we have point C over here. So I could call that, now I'm going to show you a new symbol too. This symbol right here means angle. It means literally just an angle. And I'm going to call this angle BAC. So angle B was on one of the rays. Angle A is the vertex. Angle C is on the other ray. Now, I could have also called this angle CAB. That's if I kind of went in the other order. I said, okay, well, point C is on one of the rays, then the vertex, then B is on the other ray. What I cannot do is switch the order in any other. Like the vertex has to be the middle, and that's what's important. Because really what you're saying is, if you take these letters in order, you're basically tracing the angle. If I, like the first one I did, if I start at B, then go to A, then go to C, BAC, I've drawn the angle. Or with the second one, if I start it, I'll switch colors so you can see it a little better. I start at C, I go to A, and then I go to B. That's fine, that's the angle. Now, if I had said angle ABC, let's say somebody did that. That's actually a common mistake. They go, okay, well, I'm looking at the letters and I see A, B, and C. So let's just call it angle ABC because we like to put the letters in order. Well, then you're talking about a completely different angle because it has to go in order. You're saying, I'm starting here at A, and then I'm going to B, and then I'm going to C. You're actually talking about this green angle right here. And you're drawing a whole new angle that wasn't even in the picture. So that's what's important about naming angles. You want to use 3 points. You want to use 1 point each on each ray and the vertex. And what's very important is the vertex has to be in the middle there. Vertex is always in the middle when you're naming angles. Now we're going to be talking about angles a lot this chapter, this semester really. And I'm going to be saying, okay, let's talk about angle PQR. And if you don't really know what that means, if you don't know, okay, PQR, middle letter was Q, so Q is the vertex, then you're going to have trouble keeping up with the other stuff that we learn. So this is a very important lesson, very important to learn how to name angles. All right, that's all for notes today. We have a worksheet for tomorrow, and I'll answer questions tomorrow.